Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Survival Minecraft. Last time we worked on the gold farm and the piglin trading farm and got everything optimized for full gold trading for obsidian, crying obsidian, all the different things that the piglins trade. And yeah, between episodes, I ended up adding another portal to the gold farm to make this thing twice as fast, just to try to keep up with the gold that we need for the farm. And with as much gold as we're getting, I really wish we had more gold, but this killing chamber won't kill them fast enough. So I think to optimize this even further, I'd have to make a separate killing chamber and add a second drop chamber, and yeah, just reroute all of this second portal into its own killing chamber just to keep up, because otherwise the piglins just start to stock up in here and I have to kill them with my sword manually, and I really don't want to have to babysit this thing in order to do that. Hey, there's XP hiding in here. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but today I want to work on a storage system because I've noticed lately the builds have been being held back by not being able to store my material. So this is like mining stuff, but I end up throwing a lot of it away. This is the Blackstone Bastion stuff that I've been running, and nether items. This, I don't really know what that was for. It's just some stuff, and then redstone stuff here. And all the chests over here really are just random stuff that I keep. Potions over here, some valuables over here. And I think this was a wood chest at some point, but now it's just been extra storage. So yeah, I think a storage system really would benefit my builds greatly. And when we finally get our shulkers and go to the end and are able to get massive amounts of materials, it would be nice to have the storage system already built. So I know I said in one of the first episodes that I wanted the storage room centered in the base, and that's why I went through the whole process of marking out, where's the center of the base. So you can see this is like the center platform of this. And even though the outside, where this black wall is that you can see isn't going to be symmetrical, it's going to be more natural looking and rustic looking. I did want, a basic central idea of a central storage system, but the more I'm thinking about when coming in through the portal and walking in through the base, I think the central room should be more of a good looking atrium or just a big room that has different ways to go, one of which could be towards the gold farm, one of which could be towards stuff over there. And I think what I want to do is actually make a storage room over here. So we have just tons of room, around the base. And I think it would be nice to just mark out what I want for a storage room and then start laying out just a little bit of a foundation for it. Maybe not finish it all today because I'm limited on resources as far as wood and hoppers. Basically just the wood. I need to invest in a better tree farm than this. But I think I want to at least get the foundation for that today and then move on from there and see what else we can do to sort of mark out the base and get everything ready for future builds. Before we do that, I wanted to hop into the nether and show you the finished piglin trading farm. I finally got a good design that I like for the rooms in there and finished the storage system off, so I want to show you that. And yeah, we're just going to sit here in this portal, I guess, until the lag lets us through. Isn't it beautiful, you guys? Don't you just love this color combination right here and the natural formation of the blocks? Just kidding. The real thing is in here. Yeah. Between episodes, I ended up taking out the roof, like I was mentioning, and replaced it with the crimson logs and some nether wart. So it really gives out a vibrant look to the ceiling and keeps the black and red theme kind of the main purpose of this room and the main focus. I really wish they would have made these doors red or maybe had an option for different colors. I don't know. It's kind of weird to have red logs, the red vines, the red mushrooms, the red nether rack, and then you have these purple doors and purple planks and everything. So, there's some trash. Don't look at that. But yeah, it's kind of a weird color contrast, which I didn't really want for the room, but this works for now. I might change that out with the iron door. And then down here, I made the storage room and did the same thing up here and added, an extra row of chests for all of our items. And I haven't really been running this too much, but I noticed that obsidian is really slow, while things like leather and ender pearls actually collect quite a bit. And then the crying obsidian isn't that much either. So yeah, we're just gonna have to keep running this and get more gold. Here's another one of those purple doors that goes out to the nether floor, and then another way to get to the nether hub. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way that these rooms came out. I think I want to use this sort of look in the base. I think this would be a good roof palette for the roof. Maybe extra things like the black. I think it's the black or the red glazed terracotta. The cooked version has a nice little pattern we could probably use for maybe some floors, or in contrast to these. I really want to use a lot of black and reds for the interior, and then the exterior, either the blue flames or something. I don't know. We're gonna have more than just this, but I really like the way that this room came out. So before we start, it's gonna take a lot of resource gathering just to make all the hoppers and chests I'm gonna need. I'm just gonna need a ton of wood. So let's just go ahead and get farming and we will be back. All right, well, we've been spending the day chopping trees over there, and Zukiel was kind enough to come over and drop me off about 10 stacks of spruce logs. So I was able to make a bunch of chests, and we just have a long way to go with all these chests that I'm going to need, because this storage system will be a lot more massive than this, maybe 3 or 4 chests high, possibly more for some of the bulk items that I want to store. And then there's going to be a ton of hoppers in the back for a sorting system. So you can see how big this room is. I think I made it a lot bigger than I had plans for, but then I realized I needed to take out 5 spaces in the back just for the sorting system redstone to be able to fit. And yeah, then that means I can't put the chests in the corners. So I'm kind of losing a lot of real estate for all this. So I might put some other kind of storage, like non-sortable, over here in this corner, and like enchanting and other things that I could put over here, just crafting areas, and then just keep this really nice, big and open. So I hope I have enough room for all the storage that I want to put in here, and I hope it fits quite nicely and the flow works, but we won't know really until we start building it. So also, while waiting for the trees to grow and chopping them down, I decided to take the nether rack and go around and try to make somewhat of a floor plan for a plan that we can see how the house is flowing. So right here will be a big hallway, and there will be an entrance into the storage room on 2 sides. You can see a cutout over there underneath the bamboo. And then I planned for a stairway to go up this way, and that can be future plans up there. I don't really have anything for it. And then a stairway on this side that can curve and go underneath. That will, oh, that scared me. That will go over to the iron farm, and we can put some other stuff down here, so it's not just the iron farm. I left a big opening here for some sort of option for a front door, or a big opening, or I don't know, maybe a drawbridge. I really don't have any plans for it, but I just wanted to leave a space for that. Up here on the front, I wanted to have a spot for a fireplace, so I marked that out. And of course, it'll be the blue fire, because why not? So for better reference, here's the map overview of what I've been doing. It's not much so far, but really just planning it out and doing this kind of stuff ahead of time really helps in the long run, just knowing the flow and the outline of what you're going to build. So all of the floor is going to be 1 block higher than this. So we'll put basalt down here on this floor. Maybe it's something else for a pathway, but yeah, everything will be 1 block above this. So no worries about the nether rack. This is kind of where the walls are planning to be. And I might actually make these 2 or 3 thick, just so I can have different options on either sides and have some depth in the walls. So that's something I kind of have to be prepared for as well. So I'm still planning all this. It might not be final, but this is kind of the idea I'm going for at the moment. So right now I'm just going to keep chopping down wood, keep building these chests, and keep designing this floor plan. It never fails that when I go to record, it's either raining or nighttime on the server, and there's really nothing I can do about it. So I apologize for, the artifacts on the screen. At least it's daytime right now, where we can actually see what I'm doing and talking about, where a minute ago when I was trying to do a clip, it was nighttime and all this was just super dark. So anyways, I've been making these basalt pathways, and this wasn't the original idea I had. I had laid out this whole cobble thing just so I can lay the basalt upright like this and have a cobble basalt walkway. And that didn't end up looking very good in a wide pattern like this, because the basalt tops or ends, whatever these are called, don't vary at all. It's just the same pattern repeating, like they don't rotate. And so you can see the cobblestone kind of does the same thing. So I didn't really like the look of that on a full walkway, and it didn't end up looking like a walkway. So I tried a couple different things and ended up doing this checkerboard basalt pattern with the cobbled basalt on the edge. And I think that really does break it up a little bit and looks more like a walkway than it otherwise would with just the cobble. I also did a couple test walls with the nether wart blocks and the crimson stems, I believe they're called. I really need to learn the names of these, and I know I keep saying that. But yeah, this wall I have with a full block and a half slab on the bottom, and that gives a nice little look. And then on this wall over here, I ended up using the stairs on the bottom, which gives it a little bit of a taller look, but it doesn't use any more of the crimson blocks. It's still the same amount of blocks. And I think I like this one better just because it looks a little bit taller without actually being taller. And that was more of the look I was going for. I might actually make the walls maybe 1 or 2 blocks taller anyways and extend these out too, because I really like the tall, skinny look of them. But one of the things I am noticing is that I made these all even. So it's 2 blocks and then 4 blocks. So there's really no center block to hang a light. So for all this stuff, I really have to be smart with my lighting. And with these, it's nice because with the stair blocks on Bedrock, it's considered transparent, I guess, and lighting goes through it. So I put these torches behind it. And when it's nighttime, these red things just kind of glow without actually having lighting on the walls. So I think that's going to look cool. We've also extended the storage system. I laid out all the chests where they're going to be. I don't know if I'm going to use a water stream to shoot all the items through on the top or just have hoppers. But just in case I do use the water streams, I made these 8 apart so I can have an ice block in the middle and the water streams can go all the way around. The only problem with that is that I don't think these hoppers are going to be fast enough to pick up the items in Bedrock, and I think that might mess with the storage system that I had planned. So it might end up being hoppers only. I don't know yet, but anyways, that's all semantics. But this look is what the storage room is going to end up looking like. I might end up going 4 or 5 chests tall on the storage because I might need a lot of storage for a lot of things, but each row is, or each column, I should say, is basically one item. So you'll have, let's say, stone here, wood here, or whatever. There's going to be a lot more items than this that I'm going to need storage for. So that's why I kind of have this area over here, maybe a small little area right here. And I could even do a downstairs or an upstairs with a balcony. Like, there's still a lot of room to expand, but I think for my main storage and the main blocks that I'm going to use, this is going to be the system. Speaking of these little areas that I don't have the floor in, I don't really have a plan for those either. It might end up being some black stone half slabs, like a step down, or some sort of terracotta, like a glazed red or black terracotta. I really don't know yet, but it's going to be something that contrasts this basalt because I want to specifically use this only for walkways. And when it's not a walkway, if it's just part of a room, I might change it to something else because I think that'll look cleaner, maybe a little fancier. I don't really know the word. I just think it'll look overall better. Here's an updated map of the base. I'm really glad that the basalt color sticks out differently from the cobblestone color, so you can kind of see where the pathways are in contrast to the stone underneath. I like that you can see the walls and the little panes in between the walls. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way this is looking so far. The color combination of this red and black and the gray, these are just blocks that I wish Minecraft had for a long time, and I'm really glad to be able to use them to build something that has a look that I really, really wanted for a long time, rather than using black, concrete and concrete powder. So now we have slabs and bricks, and yeah, it's awesome. So I think what I want to do next is try to design a roof for the hallways, and this little area like this and the entryway will have sort of an atrium look, maybe a heightened ceiling with a dome or something, which I don't have an idea for, and I don't want to work on that quite yet because these might change. But since we have the hallways set, I think I want to go ahead and finish off this main hallway, put a roof design in, and then maybe do a second design over here and kind of compare the two. All right, well, you can see that we have the hallways extended and we have a ceiling on one section. I'm at a blackstone again, so I'm going to have to do some more resource gathering in between episodes. That seems to be the norm for how my base has been coming along, so I apologize for that. It's just been slow progress because we don't have shulkers yet. We should be visiting the end in about a week or so. I think 4 weeks is usually the time frame we get to go visit the end and beat the dragon and start getting some end raiding done. So you can see I extended up all the walls and added the nether wart in all of them. I do need to go gather some crimson stems. So I think a bone meal farm so I can get some crimson tree farm going on would be in my best interest because, yeah, I'm going to need a lot of these crimson tree blocks. So the ceiling I made out of blackstone and polished blackstone bricks. Stairs, man, these are getting tongue twister names. I think what I want to do is try a couple different things with the ceiling because it kind of blends in with the walls. And as much as I do like it because it kind of saves the eye candy for the walls and for the little openings, like this little intersection right here, I can add a dome up there. And then the same thing for this main intersection here, I can add a dome. So the muted ceiling will kind of give those a little bit more eye-catching factor to them. It'll stand out a little better. But I think one of the things I want to try is just getting the regular polished blackstone and not the brick version because it's a little grayer and it might add a little bit of contrast to the ceiling, which I think might look better, but I'm not sure. But again, like I said, I'm out of resources for now, so I'll have to go do some resource gathering between episodes. So let me know what you guys think of the ceiling design, these wall design, just the overall base aesthetic. If you guys are liking this, is this what you kind of thought I was talking about from the beginning of the season, or is it completely different? Let me know in the comments. But other than that, I'm just going to call this an episode for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.